All righty. Hey, welcome. I just got home a little while ago, just in time to catch a little bit of the K Baxter stream, which after about 5 minutes, I lost all interest because it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was absolute nonsense. No pun intended, hashtag nonsense. But yeah, so here's the facts. Kay Baxter is completely dishonest. She's doing historical revisionism on things that never happened, or at least not in the way that she's even remotely talking about. So I can't even stand to listen to the rest of her video. I'm not interested in it. If Slayer, EKC Slayer, wants to do a video more on it, that's fine. But here's my say on it. Kay Baxter decided to basically take a out of context comment that I made in EKC stream, which when I said that I think she deleted the live chat on her video on purpose, which I stand by. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't reasons why she deleted the video to edit it out. Those are not mutually exclusive things because she's an idiot. EKC rightly said the other night that she believed that there are some things in the video that Kay Baxter took out with cause. Now, whether that's cause or not, that's subjective. I like videos as is. I don't like videos being edited unless they're going to be a TOS violation. It wasn't about the live chat. I don't know where she gets the idea people were caring about the live chat, except that we told her, if you do edit this, the live chat goes away, and you need to put a disclaimer on there that there's no longer a live chat because the video's been edited because new information came out that Katie lied. That's what we were talking about. So, yes, I do think that she didn't want the live chat there. Live chat was very damning to her, but that doesn't mean that she didn't have reasons to edit the video. But we warned her that if she edits the video, the live chat goes away, which I think she did on purpose. I do think that was part of her, reasons for editing. It wasn't the sole reason, though, which, again, Kay doesn't seem to realize. What we were doing was that we wanted her to put a disclaimer on there for people to watch it after the fact, would know that the live chat had been removed, again, with cause or without cause. I think that she should have left it probably alone, but, EKC believes that the video was properly edited, and okay, I'm going to go with that. I never slammed Kay for editing the video. What I slammed Kay for, and what other people slammed Kay for, and this is her historical revisionism, is that she did not put a disclaimer on the video saying the video had been edited, saying that the live chat has gone away, saying that facts have come out later on that she allowed somebody on her panel to falsely accuse me and other people of sending threats to people. That's what the problem was. I didn't hear Kay Opinionated mention any of that in her stream. Now, again, I stopped listening because it just was absolutely ridiculous. But did any of you, for the 10, 15 minutes that I did listen to in the first half of her video, did she mention any of this? Did she mention that without a crystal ball, the woman I sued or tried to sue for defamation for lying about me on her panel, which was evidence in the lawsuit because she had falsely accused me of saying that I sent death threats to, the name that should not be mentioned, which we all know is a lie now. That all came out that was complete BS. Okay, so where's our apology to Kay Opinionated? We don't owe you any apology. I never said anything about you editing the video. I didn't care if you had cause or not. I don't like to edit videos unless it's TOS violations. If there was a TOS violation, then I stand by your decision to edit your video. If there wasn't a TOS violation, then I don't stand by your decision. But you can always remove the troll comments after the fact. But once you edit the video, the live chat is gone completely. It's irrevocably destroyed. That was the point, which I think you did want. But again, that's neither here nor there. Nobody cared about the live chat. They cared about the fact that you didn't put a disclaimer saying why the live chat was gone, saying that there was new information that came out that you did not address. So where is our apology? Nobody dragged her. Nobody dragged Waxy over any of that stuff. That's not what Erin was talking about. And the only reason Erin talked about the video again is because she saw people running the same types of script. She's seeing nonsense doing the exact same thing that Katie Joy was doing, running absolute BS narratives with nobody from their camp giving any pushback on it. That's why she brought this up again. And then Kay Opinionated was like, oh, Erin's talking about this. And of all these years, she admits to it. Erin admitted nothing that she didn't say for years. This is not some big revelation. Erin never dragged her for removing the live chat. She dragged her for not putting a disclaimer on her video. That's the historical accuracy. That's what we all remember. So my opinion that she wanted the live chat gone on purpose stands. I absolutely believe that. But that's not separate from whether she had cause to edit the video or not. Those are not mutually exclusive things. So she thinks this is some kind of redemption arc going, oh, look, Erin finally admits that I was in the wrong and that I didn't lie. That's not what she said. She never said you didn't lie. I don't recall her saying that K Opinionated lied or didn't lie. I don't recall either. But I do recall her questioning why she didn't put a disclaimer on the video. And just recently, Erin has said K Opinionated lied. She said that just a little while ago. I think it was on one of my community tabs or somewhere. But yeah, I don't recall Erin going around going, oh, Kay lied or this didn't lie. What she said was K Opinionated allowed Katie Joy to go on her channel unchallenged, and then signed off on her and said, oh yeah, well, what was her exact words? Well, there you go. That was her exact words. Well, there you go. She was signing off on Katie Joy making these false allegations against me, which she never apologized for. Katie Joy never apologized for it. Waxy never apologized for it. Kay never apologized for it. So where's my apology here? What am I missing here? Somebody explain this to me. I'm going to open this up so you guys can come in and let me know what is going on here. Why Kay Baxter thinks that we owe her an apology for something that never happened. Nobody dragged her on any of that stuff. People dragged her because they were right to say, look, people that watch this video after the fact are not going to understand context. The live chat is gone. Nobody said that they didn't have it. Nobody ever said, oh, they don't have a recording somewhere else out there. Show me on a tweet where I ever said any such a thing. Never, not once. What we said was, why don't you put a disclaimer saying that new evidence came out that Katie Joy had lied and that the live chat was gone because you edited the video. Kay didn't want to do that. So I don't think, Brenda says, I don't think she knows how to apologize. Clearly not. Look, I've always said, if I screw up, I'll give an apology. What the hell do I owe apologies to Kay for? She's trying to drag me and stuff that had nothing to do with me. I never talked to her about a live chat. I've never even talked to the woman, period. I've had one or two tweets to her. I don't think I have a single DM to her. If I do, I don't remember. I'm not saying I don't, but I don't recall. I could check, but I really don't think I've ever talked to the woman. I certainly have never talked to her in a panel. She has no idea what the hell she's talking about, and yet she's dragging my name again, bringing my name into this, saying, Steve did this, Steve did that. Where did I drag you, Kay? I never said a damn thing about the live chat being gone, other than I think that, yes, you wanted it gone and you did it on purpose. Okay, so what? That doesn't mean that you didn't have cause to edit the video. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Erin thinks you did. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't think videos should be edited unless it's TOS violations. I like to have the record stand as it is. But you like historical revisionism because that's what you're doing now. You're doing historical revisionism because what I said was, hey, since new facts have come to light, since we know now for an absolute categorical fact that Erin pointed out on her channel the other night, she read the emails and discussions between Katie Joy and the name that shall not be mentioned. She had those discussions. Those are all been made public. Those have been vetted and verified. We all know they're real. And it was Katie Joy trying to get the name that shall not be mentioned to somehow incriminate me by saying that I sent her death threats that never happened. And then Katie Joy said, oh, yes, we verified these are real. They came from Steve's account, which never happened. All she did was verify that I had an account. Well, no kidding. I have accounts, but no instant message from that account ever went to the name that shall not be mentioned. I don't want to. Look, I know it's understand. I get it. It's like Beetlejuice. She appears. I get it. So I don't even want to mention her name. The only people that mention her name is the people for some reason wants to resurrect her. Right? They want her around, I guess. But I don't. So I'm not going to mention her name just for safety precautions. But we all know who we're talking about. But what I was getting on Kay for is in tweets and things of that nature on my streams was, why don't you come out and at least admit that you messed up by not challenging without a crystal ball for evidence, because she didn't have the evidence. And then worse, Waxy says, oh, evidence is going to come out in 2 weeks. Well, I couldn't get it to Steve. I couldn't show that Steve was responsible. But Unirock's going to do this in 2 weeks or something. That never happened. So I am a bit confused why this complete idiot is trying to say that I owe her an apology or Erin owes her an apology for what? Those are not the things we were getting on her case for. These were not the things that we had any. I guess what would be the best word? I hate to say drag. We weren't dragging her. We were holding her feet to the fire. We were holding her accountable. Yeah, we know she edited the video. That's fine. But why not tell your subscribers there, Kay, why you edited the video and then acknowledge the fact that Katie Joy lied about what she was talking about? You neglected to mention any of that. That's what we were talking about. No one ever said they didn't have the original copy of the video. No one ever said there wasn't some live check recording of the video. Nobody has ever said that. If they did, I know nothing about it. That's on them. Go drag them for saying that. I didn't. I never once said anything like that. And yet you're putting my name out there because I happen to say that I thought that you had deliberately deleted the live chat, which I still think that was deliberate. I think you wanted that live chat gone. I really do. But that doesn't mean you may have not had cause to edit the video, which we all know will delete the live chat. So you kind of killed two birds with one stone there. That's my opinion. What's the big deal about that? That's what I believe. You're dishonest, Kay. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. We all know that you lied for Katie Joy. We all know that you went up there and said, well, there you go. And you signed off on it. And you didn't bother to even vet anything she said. You didn't ask for a shred of evidence. You weren't given any evidence because there was no evidence to give. And then Waxy gets on there and cries how bad she's been treated. I've never said word one to Waxy prior to that. I didn't know who Waxy even was. I never heard her name before. I was like, two ball of what? I didn't know who Waxy was from a Hill of Beans. So she came on and she started saying how she was mistreated by people. And I'm like, what does that got to do with me? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, no, the person who shall not be named is not Katie. The person who shall not be named is, I don't know how to do the sound. Is that how you do it? You know? No, I don't mind mentioning her name, but just the problem is that other people seem to be bringing her name up because whenever they mention her name, these certain accounts pop up. Always. Yeah, no, I'm going to be putting out some quality content, Lady Firebrand. I'm going to be doing a video review on some people. I'm going to be going back to what I usually do as far as my philosophy and science. But I also got to address some of the nonsense that's going on as well, because last time I didn't say anything. You know, I just basically, let other people do their stuff, and I didn't want to deal with the drama. But here, we have Unirock finally being exposed for the coward and liar that he is. We have nonsense just taking his place and doing the exact same thing. And now you have Kay Baxter saying that we owe her an apology. You're out of your freaking mind. Uh-oh, Reds is here. Reds, you're going to yell at me? Don't yell at me.
No, I am not Reds. Hi, my name is Dr. Phil. You may have seen me from the show. No, obviously there is some fuckery afoot, and it's bothering you, and we're going to explore that a bit. Now, as someone that doesn't understand what the fuck is going on right now, can you please explain to me what's happening?
Hi, Dr. Phil. It's been a long time since you've been on my show.
Yeah, about that. Hookers and blow, you know how it is.
I saw you on Scary Movie 4. You did a great job, by the way. But you amputated the wrong foot, just out of curiosity. I hope you realize that, right?
Yeah, okay. When you're high, crazy shit happens.
Yeah, well, you don't really have the education you say you have. But anyways, let me give you a brief rundown, the Too Long Didn't Read version. So apparently, do you remember the way back when Kay Opinionated had a stream where she allowed the gossip columnist that you did a beautiful, wonderful video on, a song even. You did it to get a song to her. And she allowed her on to make really radical allegations that I had sent death threats to and basically said she verified they came from my account, which she obviously didn't do. They didn't exist.
Oh, that was the fake email bullshit, right?
Yeah, that was a fake. Yeah, that was around the time of the fake email. This was even worse than that because it wasn't even a fake email. It was, Steve has this account. And then said, yeah, well, I got messages from him. And when she said, where are the messages? She said, I swear to God. She said, a hacker deleted them. I'm not even making this up. I'm just not. I mean, I could not make this up.
The one thing that I do know about your haters, Steve, is that if they have something that they believe will harm you in some way, shape, or form, they're going to hold on to that shit. They don't just delete shit like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and hackers deleted the stuff that she verified. What she verified is I had an Instagram account. No kidding. She never verified any DMs between me and this person because none existed. I never spoke to this person in my entire life. Not one. Not one single comment did I ever make to this person. No DM, no email, no Instagram, but they all thought I was. They're like, oh, Steve's always in communication with this person. Nope, not one single time. Nothing. And so
I guess the question at this point is, given the fact that the lies are so blatantly obvious, they're obviously bullshit. Why even waste time
precious
on?
time?
Yeah, why even waste your precious time? I mean,
That is
did
a
you
good
know that
question.
as of right now, you could go to the store and get a cookie?
I like cookies.
Did you know that you could even go to Staples to get a box of paper clips?
I like paper clips.
I can think of many other things that would be a better use of your time than talk about fucking lying liars who lie all the fucking time for no other reason than just to fucking lie. I
get that.
Lying to them is a sport.
No, absolutely. And dude, you are 100% correct. And the only reason why it's even brought up now is that because Erin did a video talking about certain things because people are doing historical revisionism, and Erin's like, no, we're not going to allow this time. We're not going to let the facts be distorted. And so Opinionated just had a stream that I listened to 10 minutes. I couldn't take more than 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, it's the same BS. And she's like, Steve accused me of deleting the video or deleting the live chat on purpose, which never was the case. I'm like, well, that's my opinion, but it doesn't mean that she didn't edit the video for other reasons. But what Opinionated failed to tell people was that she allowed somebody to make false allegations against me and not tell her audience that it came out later that they were false. And she still didn't address it. She didn't apologize for this. And yet she thinks I owe her an apology for what exactly? For saying that I think she wanted the live chat gone, that she did it on purpose? That's not, what do I owe an apology for that? That's my belief. I think she did want the live chat gone. Doesn't mean she doesn't have other reasons. Right? But I mean, I don't even understand what she thinks that I owe her an apology for.
The idea is very, very simple, Steve. And I've been seeing a lot of dumb fuckery on Twitter about this thing. So let me just go ahead and say this, is that if you state that something is an absolute fact and it turns out to be very, slanderous, then yeah, you have you deserve to eat a whole lot of shit. You deserve to eat a whole lot of shit.
That's the reason why this is so egregious. It's not even just like dishonesty; it's blatant, outright lying.
I know. I understand that, Steve. But let me finish my thought here. But if you state that it is simply your opinion, while people may have the absolute right to slam you for that opinion, at that point it's not slander. And you have every right to say, oh, you don't like my opinion? Well, then get fucked.
Yeah, no, I talk about me. Yeah, my opinion. Yeah, my opinion is that she's happy to get rid of live chat. There was some stuff in there that was calling her out. So, yes, I do believe she did not want the live chat, and she did get rid of it on purpose. She didn't want it. Doesn't mean that it wasn't a cause to edit the video. Maybe she did have cause. I don't know. But those are not mutually exclusive things.
I don't know what crawled up people's asses and died recently. Like, I do know for a fact that there is that one fingerless glove wearing motherfucker that's getting sued, which is absolutely awesome. And then as soon as that happened, then a whole bunch of other shit started happening on Twitter. And quite frankly, dude, I'm finding it very difficult to follow, and I'm only getting bits and pieces. And but whenever I do follow it, I always come back to the same conclusion. Did you know that you can walk down the street to your nearest 7-Eleven and get a chocolate milk?
Do you know that actually there's an AM/PM down here, and they at night they give you 2-for-1 cookies. So
there you go. See, that would be a better use of your time.
I love that. No, let's work with this because I love their cookies, and so at like after 8 o'clock they want to sell them, right? Because they've been there all day. So I would go down there and I would get a 99-cent Diet Coke, and I would get 2-for-1 cookies. And you know I'm frugal, right? I mean, you know me. You know me personally. I'm not cheap, but I am frugal. And if I can get 2-for-1 cookies, I'm going to get 2-for-1 cookies.
There we go. And so it's a better use of your time. And so here's my honest opinion is that when it comes to fingerless glove wearing motherfuckers, or if it comes to anyone else out there that wants to talk shit in the background, the best thing that you can do is call them out to produce receipts. Produce your fucking receipts. And if you don't, then I have absolutely no reason to talk to you, to talk about you, to address you in any way, shape, or form. You will no longer occupy my time. I'm going to go to fucking Starbucks, get myself a chocolate milk, an overpriced chocolate milk, because that would be a better use of my time than this fucking bullshit.
You know what I like? I like To Be Honest. Oh my God. They have. You get that in Florida?
Yeah, we get that in Florida.
Yeah, I love to be honest. Okay,
and also just to state for the record, that was an awful impersonation. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was kind of the point.
I liked it, to be honest, but Happy Go Lucky makes a brilliant point. Happy Go Lucky says the way Kay said, that's what I was afraid of, says to me that she already thought it was you, and then doubled down like, no, I didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. This was coordinated. Anybody who tells me otherwise, I'm sorry, I don't believe you. This is my opinion. I believe that absolutely Kay coordinated this in some way because she already had thought in her mind that I was behind shit that I wasn't behind, that I had nothing fucking to do with. And that came out later, I had nothing fucking to do with. And yet she never apologized to me for this. She believed the most batshit crazy stories about me.
Katie Joy never actually got back to me. By the way, she didn't tell me that my song was beautiful, or
your song was great.
She didn't compliment my singing voice. And I still haven't heard from her lawyer, the one that doesn't know the difference between AM and PM.
The one that sent out the same preservation letters to people that have nothing to do with me. The one that sent out a preservation letter to Emily D. Baker, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, and I was like,
why?
Okay, I'll go ahead and store these documents, but it's going to cost you $29.95 per minute. That I don't just mass delete the shit. Where should I send the bill? I never got an email back, by the way. So
shocker.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I was like, listen, if you're going to confuse AM and PM, you're going to interrupt my time with the stupid fucking email, and then on top of all of that, you're not even going to compliment my singing voice, then all I'm left to do is say, or the only thing that's left to do is to say, go fuck yourself.
Well, we can sing it together. Fuck you, Katie Joy. You're nothing.
Oh God, I don't even know the lyrics now.
That was a great song.
I would have to go back to my video and rewatch it a few times.
Yeah. Hi, Alice. Good to see you. Hi, Megan. Oh, look at that. Megan's out there. Hi, Megan. Hi, April. Yeah. So that's the reason why we're doing this, because Kay last night put out this video, put out this teaser. Oh, Steve and Erin owe me an apology for 2 years of ragging on me. I'm like, what the hell are you fucking talking about? And I knew it was going to be nothing. It was a bunch of nothing. It was like Steve commented in Erin's video that I deleted the live chat on purpose. So the fuck what? I'm allowed to have that opinion. It doesn't matter whether you edit it because of other reasons. I still think she wanted the live chat gone because she would not put a disclaimer on there to explain why she edited and why there was new information coming out. And where's our fucking apology, Kay, for allowing Katie Joy to go on there and just spew a bunch of nonsense that you didn't vet? Where's all? Do we get an apology? I didn't get one. Did she
ever apologize for making all those accusations against you, even though you posted your entire DM log?
Who, Katie or Wax?
Yeah, Katie.
Fuck no.
Yeah, it's not that.
No, Katie hasn't said fuck all, and everybody who asks her about it gets blocked.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's to be expected, quite honestly, right? At this point.
Yeah, it's funny because Erin put all that out first, right? She put out all the DMs I had with Katie Joy, and of course, they don't match anything like what Katie Joy said. Katie Joy was just like, "Hey, yeah, I'll come on, to be a co-host for this particular episode. Oh, I'll make a video explaining everything." And then she's like, "Steve forced me to make a video. He threatened my channel if I didn't make a video." That's not what it says here, Katie.
I also have to compliment your teleportation abilities, because you were able to you took away her child's lollipop or some shit like that, even though you were never in the same state as her fucking kid.
Well, and that here's the funniest thing. I couldn't go all the way through with the lawsuit because it was too expensive. But what came out of that, if you remember, when she filed her cross-complaint responses, I call the answers and responses, she put in there that I lived in her state. She put in there I lived in Elk River, Minnesota, in order to make it sound like I was more of a threat to her than anything. Because, of course, I don't care about this person.
You're in fucking California.
I live in California, and she's just trying to get the courts to believe for some reason I lived in her state. It's like, why? That would eventually have came out that I didn't.
This kind of reminds me of the same tactic that Kyle would use during his court battle with you, where the tactic was to just lie some more.
Yeah, but this is so egregious. It doesn't even make much sense. The lawyer would be like, wait a minute here. You're saying that my client lives in a state he's never even been in before. Where's your evidence for this?
I think, honestly, Steve, it makes perfect sense. And that's because of... Well, it makes perfect sense because of the person it's coming from.
Okay. First of all, we know that she lies. I get that, but how does this particular lie help her? I never could understand. I'm being serious. I don't know how.
Do you
this particular lie
think
helped
that
her.
she planned ahead? She hasn't planned ahead for this type of shit, Steve. She doesn't do that. It's basically, listen, what lies could I possibly say right here, right now? And even if it's just a lie for no fucking reason, like I said, lying is a sport for these people. That's why they congregate. Birds of a feather flock together, and even if they don't have any benefit to lying about a certain thing, even if there is no benefit to lying about a certain thing, they will still tell the lie because they can't help themselves. It makes sense for people like that.
Yeah, and let me show you guys this. So this is her counter response to my lawsuit to her, right? Answers and counterclaims, Steve McRae from Catherine Paulson, right? Right here it says, right here it says in the parties, number 2, upon information and belief, counter-defendant Steve McRae, hey, that's me, is an individual resident of the state of Minnesota, while his place of residence is located in Elk River. Her lawyer knows that I don't live or never has lived in Minnesota. So her lawyer lied about this then.
Yeah, I want to know how the fuck they got that city and that state.
I do not know. I never even heard of Elk River until this.
You live in fucking California. This isn't exactly a secret. Are you telling me that whoever Katie hired couldn't go to your fucking Twitter or YouTube channel?
He had correspondence with me.
So he didn't think to ask, hey, have you ever been to this fucking state?
Apparently not. So I mean, I'm dead serious. I would like somebody who has some kind of legal experience, because obviously my lawyers are at a loss, or they were at a loss. Somebody who knows about law. Why would a person file a counter notification or response saying that the parties live in a state that they don't live in? What is the reason that they think? What legalities would there be for that? Why?
The only guess I can make here is, well, kind of what you said, I guess, to make it seem like you lived closer than you actually do, and therefore you are a bigger threat to her and her family than what you're trying to pass off as the actual case.
That's what I thought it was, but at the same token, I thought about it and said, wait a minute, though. As soon as it went to adjudication, they would have to provide evidence I lived there, and that wouldn't clearly be impossible. So,
well, that would, but Steve, that would require planning ahead.
This is a shitty lawyer.
Yeah, you have to understand, birds of a feather flock together. They don't plan ahead for this type of shit, and so they basically thought to themselves, again, this is just a guess of mine. They thought to themselves, hey, if we make it appear as though he lives closer to you than he actually does, we can make the case that he is an actual threat to you and your family. Katie was like, oh, wow, that's absolutely amazing. Sign me the fuck up for that shit. Oh, but what about later? Who cares?
Yeah,
that's tomorrow's problem.
Dude, I got to admit, you're right. I look, I always say we can agree and disagree on things, but on this particular issue, you're 100%. I think you're right. That makes actual sense to me. And read this, though. I love this slander. This little jive at me.
McRae is an online personality with a subsubstantially smaller community.
Substantially smaller.
Substantially smaller community. Sorry.
Me,
Sorry, a little dyslexic there. My apologies. He runs a YouTube channel called The Great Debate Community, which purports to be focused on presentations and thoughts on science and philosophy, and relating to refuting young Earth creationism and bad science in general. His YouTube channel has approximately 17,200 subscribers and has accrued 2.78 million individual video views since it was established in March of 2013.
So let me ask you this: why did she put? That's my smaller channel. She didn't put the Non Sequitur Show, which had 30,000 subscribers.
Because in her mind, it's
7 million views.
Yeah, but because in her mind, it's still owned by Kyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, even though she won't admit it, in my opinion, she considers Kyle to be the best of buddies with her. She looks at Kyle and goes, that's my brother from another mother right there.
Yeah. No, she was in love with him.
She was so up Kyle's ass. Don't even fucking get me started. Don't try to say otherwise.
Oh,
So,
I know that.
So if she were to name the Non Sequitur Show as your channel, she would be taking that honor away from her best friend in the whole wide world, Kyle fucking Curtis.
100%. Yeah, and you know, so okay. Can the live chat do me a solid? Can you guys keep track of the lies in here? And we're not going to do the whole thing. I just want to show you a couple of them. This is what I'm saying. I was vindicated by Katie Joy lying. This is what Kay Opinionated didn't seem to put on her stream, that Katie Joy lied about all this stuff. She seemed to have neglected that part of it. I wonder why. So, number 7, Paulson met McCrae online in fall of 2018. McCrae reached out to Paulson on her Facebook business page. That is bullshit. Do you know who reached out to her? I'll give you a hint. You just mentioned his name.
So it was Kyle.
Fucking Curtis, yeah.
Yeah, so 7. Paulson met McCrae online in the fall of 2018. McCrae reached out to Paulson on her Facebook business page. She did not, at that time, have a YouTube presence. McCrae initially invited Paulson to join him on some of his YouTube videos, which she participated in briefly.
And that was an absolute lie.
Yeah, I don't remember that being the case.
No, it wasn't the case. Kyle had, remember, because they wanted to do the Smoking Nun together. And the only reason, and she didn't have a YouTube presence. We all know who started her YouTube presence. It was her coming on my show, being a co-host, and then, you know, our dear friend Bull, who, you know, she completely just what she did to Bull, I'm not going to get into, but Bull was the one that started her YouTube presence from my channel. And, you know, that's a little slam from a smaller, you know, substantially smaller channel. Yeah, well, she wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for me. That's a fact. Yeah, but this was a complete lie. Everybody knows it was Kyle that reached out to her. And then
let's see. Let me.
This part is great.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Okay, I see where we're going with this.
Right. Go for it.
Okay, cool. I'll try to get through it without fucking laughing.
Try not to laugh. This part is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Just picture Katie with a boil on her head while reading this out here, and her crooked chin.
What the fuck did you have to put that image in my head?
Yeah, because I had to suffer from that shit, dude. I've had to suffer. Dude, misery loves company, man. No offense.
Oh god. Okay. Shortly into their online association, McCrae began making statements about Paulson's appearance, primarily regarding her physical attractiveness.
What is it that didn't happen for 1,000, man? Are you fucking kidding me? Even when I read this, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" She's doubling down on the bullshit she said before. Okay,
and his sexual prowess.
Okay,
god. Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe.
He even chose. Okay, primarily regarding her physical attractiveness, bullshit, and his sexual prowess. He even chose to make statements to her about his genitals.
Where was this? Dear God, did this happen?
Wait a minute. He even chose to make statements to her about his genitals. Okay? So let me just make this very, very clear. I want to be very clear when I ask this question. Is she talking about when this was on the Non Sequitur Show and people, even when she wasn't around, would primarily make dick jokes because on the internet we're all fucking 12?
So I think personally, again, this is my own opinion here. Okay, I never said anything clearly to her, before a show live stream. However, Godless Engineer would always talk about this shit with Kyle. They would talk about their genitalia quite frequently. You never heard me talking about that. Never. I think what she did was she was taking what Godless Engineer said and Kyle said and somehow attributed it to me for some fucked up reason. And I think she's used the same narrative by in the past, if I'm not mistaken. She just loves to go there. She's like, oh, I'm just going to claim this and I'm going to claim this about this person. But it came out that no such statements were ever made. And she did lie about that. I have the original chats from us.
Yeah, I know that she lied about it, and just so that people are clear about this, and I have to just state for the record, we make dick jokes all the time. They're not meant to be sexual in that way. Ew, first of all. And second of all, when we make dick jokes, they are in fact jokes.
And
They are meant to be humorous. Like for example, back in the day, like we're talking 2016, 17, 18, hell, even 2019. The running theme was that I was sexually attracted to donkeys. Not just any donkeys, but midget amputee donkeys.
I don't judge you, man.
And we would also say shit to each other like, hey, Steve McRae, how's it going? How's you and your incredibly massive penis? You know, we would say shit like that to each other all the fucking time.
No, actually, you didn't. You would say that to college engineer. You didn't say that to me.
Oh yeah,
that was God. See, that's what I'm saying. People are complaining.
That was
God's engineer, right? That was the running joke with him.
My point still stands, Steve, is that we would say this kind of shit to each other, and it, you know, and let's just be very clear here. These were jokes. Well, yeah,
we had an adult podcast. I mean,
it was an adult podcast for fuck's sake. But keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. In these conversations, and with us having, you know, a good time telling jokes and laughing about it, I'll tell you one thing I know for a fact is that if Poulsen wanted to make the claim that she was quote unquote offended by such vulgar language, then she is full of more shit than a backed up sewer. Because if you remember that clip going around, oh, when I get older, I want to sexually harass all the youngins out there and everything. So it's perfectly okay for her to make those kinds of jokes.
That's what she said, yeah.
But the very moment,
sexually harass the young boys is what.
Sexually harass the young boys. And let's go ahead and say that she wasn't being serious, because I don't believe she was. Let's say that was a joke, which I believe it was as well. That was a joke. A very bad joke, but it was a joke. The question I have then is very simple. Where the fuck does she get off being allowed to tell those jokes, and no one says that, Katie Joy sexually harassed me or whatever the fuck? Where the fuck does she get off that she can make those jokes? But if Steve McRae makes those jokes, now he's talking about his sexual prowess or some shit like that.
Let me make it very clear before some idiot takes it out of context. I never said anything to Katie Joy before a stream, anything about these things. This had nothing to do with me. Like I said, she would make these jokes, and other people make these jokes with college engineer, not me. This had nothing fucking to do with me. I never said anything to her. And if I did talk about dicks, it would be dicks. I don't use the word penis. Nobody does that.
No.
You only do because you act like a 12-year-old sometimes.
Exactly. You know,
I don't, and you know I don't. So
it's part of the fucking entertainment value. Some people like it, some people don't. But guess what? To each their own. But I'll tell you this much. As far as I wasn't there during these calls. But the one thing I do know for a fact is that I do know your character, Steve. This is not something that you would do.
Thank you. And it wasn't by any stretch of imagination. And
this is not something.
You know whose character is even more unapproachable than even ours was Bullinator, and Bullinator was in these calls.
Yeah,
and even he told her she's full of shit. She lied.
And that's the thing. And not only do I know your character, Steve, but I also remember talking to Bull about this. And Bull said that claim from Katie Joy Poulsen was 100% bullshit.
And it gets worse.
Worse. Oh, boy.
I'm so glad that I got this counter thing, because, oh my God, she doubled, tripled down. And yet when people started asking her for evidence, bump kiss. She's got nothing, because it never happened. This is why I want all this information out there. I'm not afraid of anything. I wanted a thorough investigation, because I know she was full of shit.
Yeah, all of McRae's statements and come-ons were unrequested and unacceptable to Poulsen because of McRae's consistent and insistent sexual comments directed at Poulsen. She decided she could not associate with McRae any further.
Oh God! And here's the thing: I have our conversations in DM. None of this took place. It's so not even a twisting of shit. It is a complete fabrication. The reason why she dissociated with me is because I asked her to apologize for her lying, and she wouldn't do it. That's it. She only was on the show 3 times. 3 times she was on the show, and the second time I asked her only because Kyle was sick with a fever, and she was more than happy to jump on and be a co-host. 3 times. Yeah, and think about this. Let's do a little logic here. We like critical thinking. We do a lot of shows in critical thinking. You discuss flat Earth and you shove flat Earth up their ass. I do younger creationism and I shove that up their ass. So let's do a little critical thinking now, shall we?
Sounds good.
I like this. This is my favorite part of these streams because you get to think. So it came out. There's factual evidence. Obviously, she was on 3 streams with me. This is absolutely true. I've annotated these. I know exactly which ones they are. The first stream was the Ronnie, or not the Ronnies, the what do we call them? The award ceremony we had. What do we call them? The nuns, the golden nuns. Okay, right. The second one,
I think that's what it was. Yeah,
yeah, it was the golden nuns, and it was just only on for a few minutes. And I got to tell you, the prep work on that show was pretty intense to get all that done. Mm-hmm. So clearly,
hang on. Let me just highlight this. Steve's blood pressure seems to be regulated thanks to dick jokes. See, it's medicine.
Oh God,
I'm here to help my
You're
friend.
Just a helper. You're just a helper.
I came here because I saw that Steve was getting a little worked up, so I came here, said a few dick jokes, and now he's all better. See how that works? Live a little.
You're therapeutic. That's what
I am. Look at me. I guess I really am Dr. Phil.
I liked your Dr. Phil impersonation. It was actually halfway decent. But okay, so it couldn't have been before the first one, right? Because if for some reason I had said these things to her in the first one, she wouldn't have gone to the second one, right? And on the second one, she's jumping at the chance, right? She's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, I'll join." So it couldn't have been that one. And then the third one, we're talking about Jilly Juice. Remember that? And then it happened when she was talking about Jilly Juice, and I wasn't agreeing with her on something, and she seemed to just turn against me. And then Kyle obviously took the channel and kicked Buildinator 9 off, and she felt, "Oh, I'm going to have the perfect thing that I could do to try to screw Steve over is make some shit up about him." And then when people started asking evidence, she's like, "Well, just believe me because I'm a woman." And they're like, No. You know, you're going to need a little bit more than that, especially because we know Kyle lied for a fact. Where's your evidence, Katie? And she not only couldn't produce it, she changed her story at least 5 times minimum. Minimum.
Peter Harrington, are you saying, Reds, you help make it hard for Steve? LOL, dude. When I'm done, Steve will be able to cut diamonds.
You know, and it's so funny. People come after me. Reds is the one with the potty mouth, man. Potty mouth.
I accept this title, and I would like to thank the Academy. Here's the thing: is that when Kyle was about to really fuck over his own life 6 ways to Sunday, we, as in myself and Bull, we both tried to steer him away from that direction. We saw the writing on the wall, and we were like, "Kyle, I don't know what you're planning on doing. I'm just going to tell you right now, please don't do it. You're going to fuck yourself 6 ways to Sunday, and we don't need to go down this route. We really don't." And come to find out, he didn't fucking listen. See how that worked out for him.
Shocker. Yeah, that cost him $125,000. Well, and by the way, like I said, we are still trying to collect. Read this one. Read number 10. That's interesting.
Oh boy, can't wait. A few months after Polson ceased appearing with McRae online, McRae and his co-host Kyle Curtis began fighting during one of their live stream videos. Video of this confrontation is presently viewable on YouTube and the link is provided. I want to correct something here.
This is a lie.
It was a live stream.
Yes.
That was a recording that was off air. It was recording that was off air. What the reason why there was a quote unquote fight is because I was actually supposed to have a debate with a flat earther, and I wanted Steve to be present on his own fucking show. Yep. And I said, I will not appear on the Non Sequitur show without Steve being there. I want Steve to be there for this episode. And for whatever reason, Kyle was like, nope,
not happening.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Yep.
You do understand that this is Steve's channel, right? Steve is allowed to be on his own fucking show, and I, as the guest, would like to have Steve, your fucking host, be on the fucking episode.
Yes, exactly what episode happened.
That's what caused that shit show to happen.
Fact. But here's another lie. We already had like a couple lies. Here's another lie. She said that Paulson was watching this video live, not at the YouTube link above, because the YouTube link, this link right here, if you go check it out, goes to a different channel that has the Death of the Non Sequitur show. But the video that it's about is this, the Death of the Non Sequitur show, which was this stream here, which was not ever live. This was pre-recorded, and she couldn't have been watching it live. She says that Paulson was watching this video live, not the link above, and commenting on the real situation in real time. These were real-time observations and opinions. You fucking liar. How the hell were you commenting on a video that was never live? It was pre-fucking recorded.
It was never fucking live.
This is such abject bullshit, because everybody knows I made this video after the fact, and it was recorded before we went on a stream, because you were supposed to be talking to a flat earther. You invited me on, and this is when he kicked me and the producer off, and we never went live that day. You went live on your channel. Yeah,
we went live on my channel, but Kyle was not there.
Correct.
For obvious fucking reasons.
Yeah, so she lied out. I mean, she's outright lied here. Outright lied.
That video was never live. In fact, the reason why we didn't go live was because of that fucking blow up.
Right.
So
this is the on-air fighting between McCrae and Curtis. That's another lie. We didn't fight on air. We fought off air. But
yeah, we fought off air, and not only that, then what? A little over 2 years later, we had a lawsuit with them, and we've fucking won. So there you go.
Yeah, if that's not vindication, what is? I mean, when your partner is found liable for breach of fiduciary duty, breach of contract, unfair and deceptive trade practices, and gets liable for $115,000 at 8% interest, yeah, I think you fucked up, especially when you got arrested for assault, and then not you, but y'all got arrested for assault, and then had to spend an extra 10 days in jail on criminal contempt charges of court.
I love the fact that Kyle just always chooses to make his life worse. Like, I don't see the appeal, but fucking whatever, I guess.
Yeah, and then these are the main things that she had put out, which we all know now is bullshit. She says, among the multitudinous examples of threats and lies published about Ms. Paulson by McCrae and his associates, and by the way, you are one of my associates, but it was so funny that you got a letter of preservation, and you're like, what the fuck you want from me, Katie? There's nothing incriminating in any of your shit that would make any use to her in a lawsuit. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Absolute zero. And she says, in December 2019, McCrae fabricated a screenshot to make it appear Paulson was glad a child has died. Those are not fabricated. I absolutely believe they're 100% real. To this day, I believe they're still real, but that's irrelevant. But she had no evidence I fabricated anything because I didn't. Nor did anybody else. I absolutely believe they're real. And then she goes on to say, McCrae is publicly and continually alleged Ms. Paulson involved in a fraudulent fundraising via the online platform GoFundMe. She did, and she did it again, believe it or not. She just recently, I swear to God, dude, you don't know about this, but she recently did another fundraiser for helping something or other, and somebody contacted them and said, hey, are you affiliated with Katie Joy? And they said, no. Anybody who's using our name that we don't have express thing to is basically doing a scam. This is what they told them.
Well,
You know about the Ronald McDonald charity houses.
Yeah, I know about the Ronald McDonald thing.
This is different. The Ronald McDonald charity houses, this is a fact. The Ronald McDonald charity houses have to give authorization to do a benefit for them, to do a charity drive for them. She never got that, and then it went right to her own personal PayPal. Fact. So yes, I did question that. I did think it was fraudulent, because what she does is she'll get all the money, and then she'll donate it in her name, so she gets a little thing that she says she's donated, but what else should she get out of it? A tax write-off.
Wait, what? Hang on. Go down to C, please. Go down to C.
Sure, absolutely.
I just want to hang on 1 second. McCrae has publicly posted Paulson's home address by posting or reposting a screenshot made by his associate Tina Sims Knight, whoever the fuck that is, with the following caption along the address. Here's where she lives. She's sick. She's safe. I got her address months ago. It's easy to find. A true and correct but redacted copy of this post is attached here to as exhibit.
Yeah, let me show you. You want to know the story behind this? Because I don't think you don't see.
Hang on. Let me also just ask for clarification.
Yeah,
Tina, is that the Tina? I'll cut you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do know her. Okay, my apologies, Tina.
Yeah, but you don't know the situation here because you don't really bother with this stuff. So let me explain what actually happened, the actual facts of the matter, because you and I happen to deal in facts, especially when you deal with flat earthers and creationists. Facts matter, right? So this is what happened. This screenshot was before her house was even built. This was sent to, if I remember correctly, Sipping Tea with Joe. And it was a personal communication between Tina and I'm pretty damn sure it was Sipping Tea with Joe, which she just said, it was basically saying, Katie Joy, is always being this paranoid person. Everybody's out together, get her. But it's like she put out her personal information on her LLC. So her address was public. I never published her address. It was been published on her limited liability corporation. And so she was just telling a single person, hey, she thinks she's safe, but everybody knows where she lives and nobody cares. It was not a threat. It's easy to find. If anybody wanted to find out where she was, they would have, but nobody cared enough to do so. This was not a public DM. This was to a very specific individual, and they tried to sensationalize it. Yeah, they released. See, this is the problem. When you have DMs to people, things are taken out of context, right? Because we understand maybe more than other people, and so if I say something to you, you're going to understand the history behind it. So when Tina had told her, what's she talking about? If she thinks she's safe, but if anybody wanted to go to her house, they could, but nobody gives enough shit to do so. That's what she was talking about.
I don't understand why. Well, I guess I kind of do. Keep this in mind, Steve. By being the story and having these pity me parties, you will get a lot of traffic that way. And so I think what she was trying to do, and the people on her side were trying to do, is that they were just trying to milk this shit for views.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So if that meant lying, if that means taking shit out of context, they see that as a necessary evil.
Yeah, worse than that, though. My policy. My policy is I don't release private DMs unless
Correct.
it's legal reasons to or egregious reasons, and it's very, very, very far between. The reason why is I want people to be able to trust me with their information. I compartmentalize extremely well. The person she sent this to she thought was a friend, and she was just telling her, she thinks she's safe, but her public information is public. But nobody cared about that. It wasn't like she was blasting it everywhere. She was talking to her friend, and her friend, who ended up being a shitlord, released the conversation decontextualized. That's what happened. This is why whenever you see somebody release something like that, never send them a DM. If people are releasing your DMs, those are not people you should ever have a conversation with, ever, about anything. I know. And by the way, Reds, I've told you, you could release everything I've ever said to you, and it wouldn't affect me one fucking bit. But you're going to do it because you have no need to, and you're not an asshole.
Yeah, correct. I would like to state that when Katie sent me that email, first of all, I found it fucking hilarious, but the next thought I had was, oh, you are just so fucking adorable. Even if you did get those DMs, do you honestly believe that shit would help you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Do you honestly believe that, Katie?
It would just be a fishing for nothing. There's literally
it would be fishing for nothing. And so she thought like, y'all are going to be singing a different tune once I send you this email. Oh boy, did I sing a fucking tune? And it was a song about how you can go fuck yourself.
Those were literally her words. Oh, they'll be singing a different tune. Oh,
and that's what I mean. And true story. And here's the true fucking story, people. I started a movement of people making joke songs about Katie Joy Paulson.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
It was the funniest
there had to be even Suzanne, I think she did a song. There was like 10 people or a dozen people
we made a fucking CD and it was the best shit ever. This shit was gonna fucking scare the shit out of
So this part talks about
literally just made a fucking CD.
This is a fact. Yeah, that is a fact. That did happen. Yeah. So this is where she was talking about her TRO that I fought and wanted to get adjudicated, and my lawyers like they're out of their minds. And so where did Kay Opinionated? When did she ever? Hey, Katie Joy lied on all this shit. Because if you look at her affidavit to get the TRO, let's look at that real quick, shall we? I bring receipts. What does this say on number 2 here? Read that very carefully. And now remember, the only thing the judge saw was the petition in this. There was no evidence given because that's given at trial. That's it. This is the only thing they look at to give a grant, what's called a temporary TRO, which is just a safety thing, right? This is the only thing they look at. Please read number 2. as a judge or, somebody who's going to say, yes, if this is taken as true, do they qualify for a TRO? What did number 2 say?
Number 2, I see 16 and 17.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta present this. One sec.
I was say he said not number 2. I was like, what the fuck you talking about?
Oh, by the way, this is the non sequitur show. This is on somebody else's channel, which I really want to show, but that's what that link goes to, which was the non sequitur show. That was not a live thing. So anybody says otherwise, like she is lying.
Yeah, full of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is Google Docs. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. So this is her affidavit of Katie. And I think I was like 2 things out of 29 that she didn't lie about. I mean, every one of these is a lie. I mean, it's just ridiculous. She says, I submit this affidavit in support of my petition. Okay. That part is true, I guess, but right. That's the only thing.
We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. That's the only thing on this fucking harassment order that was even true. Read number 2 first.
You keep scraping the bottom of the barrel, Steve. You're going to get splinters.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Yes, so this is true. She submitted this. This is her quote evidence that I was harassing her. Go ahead.
Okay. In October 2018 through May 2019, I co-hosted a talk show with Mr. McRae on a YouTube channel. When the other host left the room, Mr. McRae began to say sexually explicit things to me, which made me very uncomfortable. I did not confront him about this, but rather spoke with the host of the show afterwards and indicated that I did not want to co-host with Mr. McRae anymore due to the sexual comments.
This is why you have like 33,000 subs, because you got the voice for this.
Yeah.
I got
motherfucker. My voice sounds like a toucan with a kazoo stuck in his throat. I don't give a shit.
This is why your last video got like 2 million views with this.
It's something like that. I don't fucking know.
6 million. Yeah, no, we're not bragging here. Yeah, you just get millions of views. I get freaking crumbs. Whatever. Okay, so what is wrong with this? I don't even need to tell people what is wrong with this picture here.
Nah, fucking everything, but also because you have those DMs that show that, she's full of shit.
But what's the main thing? When the other host left the room, excuse me? We were never in a room together. I never met this woman in my life, or at least in real life. The judge is going to look at this and just said, "Oh, they were in a room together." No, we were in a vMix call.
I would just ask for some fucking receipts.
There's none, because
and better yet, it would be her word against yours, but guess what? We also at the time had the bull, and the bull said, "Hey, what Katie Joy's saying right here, never fucking happened."
Yeah, the worst. The worst part though, because obviously she's lying about when the other host left the room, because it's making it sound like I was actually in a room with her at the time, and then I supposedly lived in her state.
The same way that you were living in a different state than you actually do.
Yeah, she actually asked the court I have to pay for a moving cost and shit. It's like, you're out of your fucking mind. But the worst part is the funniest part is, even Kyle didn't back. Kyle hates me, clearly. Kyle didn't even run her narrative. Kyle didn't touch this. Name one time Kyle ever addressed this.
Yeah. No.
Never, not once.
And also keep this in mind that let's be clear here. Kyle had his reasons for trying and failing to kick Steve off of the Non Sequitur Show YouTube channel. He had his reasons. I don't believe this was one of them.
Nope. And then I see it says he has claimed that this allegation against him is false. No, it came out as false. I'm not even to claim it anymore.
It is false, actually. And I will die on that hill. He claimed it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It never fucking happened, Katie. Come on, get the fuck over
yourself.
People
know that now. And it says, and he has used his platform to harass me, destroy my career, and taint my followers. He has indicated to me that it's his intent to destroy me unless I apologize to him. The bitch has 250,000 subs, 300,000 subs. I think she's doing okay. If I'm trying to destroy her, I'm doing a hell of a bad job.
Yeah,
although she's been sued four times. I mean, at least potentially sued for harassment 4 times.
By the way, how is that 7M thing going on?
Oh, let's go there. So obviously Toddy Westbrook sued her. Todd Chrisley from Chrisley Knows Best from that show sued her. I tried to sue her, but it was a pocket service, and people know it fell through because they couldn't afford it. But I had a hell of a case. Now 7M is suing her, right? That is still going through. They had a summary judgment for $1 million against her, but they asked the courts to set it aside in order to be adjudicated because they missed a default deadline because her lawyer is incompetent. We've all realized this. I mean, the fact he used pro forma letters and the fact that he used he just changed the names on the stuff. He didn't even write his own shit. It's all just stuff you got off the internet. I mean, guys, he's a real estate agent. He knows nothing about defamation cases. So he's fucked up on a deadline. And so they want to get the summary judgment set aside, default judgment set aside, not the summary, but the default judgment. And so they have a hearing on this. They still went to discovery. They were late on discovery. Both parties were late on discovery. So it wasn't just Katie Joy's lawyer, but the 7M's lawyer were late only because of the other person being late. But it's still being adjudicated. Yeah, it's still going through. She should have taken the default judgment because she only would have lost $1 million. I think she's going to be much worse off because if they win, I think they're going to ask not just for $1 million or $2 million, but they're going to ask that she deletes her entire media social presence. I do. I think they will.
I think honestly that I'm just so disappointed that so many lawsuits fell through against her because, quite frankly, this bitch needs to get fucking slammed legally for saying the shit that she does.
7M has a good case. That's why my lawyer said, "Why even bother? What are you going to get out of her?"
Exactly. Getting blood from a stone, I understand that, but for someone like 7M or for a entity like 7M, because they have the fucking money to spend, fucking go balls deep. By the way, Katie, just so that we're clear, in case you watch this later, I do not wish to go balls deep with you.
That's gross.
This is a figure of speech, if you will. When I say that 7M is going to fuck you, I don't mean penis in vagina. Wanted to make that really, really fucking clear.
This is rhetoric. How they say it. The comments of these guests are not necessarily those of the host. Okay, there we go. My little disclosure.
Yeah, there we go. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I guess I need to let me go over here. Okay, attention, Katie Joy. It doesn't matter what I say from this point going forward. I want you to know that I do not want to have sex with you. I actually value my penis and do not wish for it to fall off my body. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Again, that is Red's rhetoric, not Steve McRae. So. But what's funny is I did get this counter thing, which to me proves that even more so that she was lying because of all the bullshit that's in here. But on the affidavit, she says he accused me along with 3 others who conspired to steal $60,000 from him. I had no part of anything he alleged. See Exhibit A. Okay, let's look at Exhibit A, shall we? They're big evidence.
I can't fucking wait.
I think you've probably seen this long ago, but it's been so long for you that you probably don't even remember. Where is it? Oh, I don't even have it here. What was her Exhibit A? It was me saying that I think it was me saying that Kyle stole the money and that Katie Joy just basically lied on his behalf. But Kyle, I never said that Katie Joy stole anything. She went onto her channel and said, Steve accused me of stealing money from him. No, I didn't. Never once. People that have been around knows that I've always said Kyle stole the money.
What Steve McRae said, and not these exact words, but but basically what Steve McRae said is that you were a nut hugger to the person that stole money from him.
Absolutely. Well, not so many words. That's not the word I said, but yeah.
Again, not those exact terms, but basically what Steve was saying is that if you looked really, really close at Kyle's ball sack, we could see you just swinging off of the left testy. That's what he was saying. He was saying that you were a nut hugger to Kyle Curtis after Kyle Curtis stole money from Steve McRae.
Yeah, and read number 5. This is such bullshit.
Oh boy, let's see. He admitted on a live stream. Yeah, okay, I won't believe it. He admitted on a live stream that he wants to be paid under the table / cash for his work so he would not lose his medical benefits through the state. Wow, okay. This is his basis for claiming that I accused him of medical fraud.
Do you remember that hangout?
I remember that hangout.
Yeah, I remember that hangout. That was not what was said there. People.
I don't believe so. No.
No, I mean, granted, I
And
made.
by the way, Steve, don't you
What's that?
have a confession of judgment from Kyle
I
stating that
do.
was complete bullshit?
I do. I have a confession of judgment from Kyle Curtis that he completely made up that fucking story. Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
So,
He had no
a
evidence whatsoever
confession of
from.
judgment
Yeah.
from Kyle. And then we have Polston saying this shit. Yeah. Wow. What
Yeah.
conclusion can be made from this?
The weird part is I work full time, as you know. I get paid for that, obviously, and I have VA. So the misunderstandings that was from because I honestly I think that Kyle at the beginning may have had a minor misunderstanding, and then he ran with that to run this narrative because he was just not the smartest guy in the world when it came to this kind of stuff. But I literally was telling him, hey, I just want to see how this affects me. I just want to wait a few weeks. That's it. A few weeks so I can just figure out on my secondary stuff, because obviously you know about my medical stuff. But I was like, okay, just hold off. And here's the weirdest part, which a lot of people seem to forget. We weren't even monetized at the time. Where's all this money that we're talking about? We were talking about PayPal. We're talking about $200, I think. $200, maybe.
Basically, what you were doing was getting all your ducks in a row before those ducks were even needed.
Yep. That's all it was. Because when I was talking
how dare you, Steve? Steve, are you telling me that you were trying to plan ahead? You motherfucking piece of shit.
I am such a shitty person for trying to
shitty motherfucking
make sure
asshole.
that I have the correct things done properly.
How dare you plan ahead?
Yeah, and who was it who said they had a CPA that was taking care of all this stuff?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Who didn't have a CPA? Yeah.
Who didn't have a CPA? Who didn't have a fucking lawyer?
Yeah, who said they had a lawyer that didn't have a lawyer? Who would that be?
Who didn't have a fucking lawyer?
Yeah, it surely wasn't me. I had a lawyer. That's why I won my case.
My lawyer is very concerned about your bullshit. The motherfucker never existed.
Here's another lie. I swear to God, every one of these is just a lie. I mean, I literally can find something wrong in every single one of these. These are the most egregious.
Should we just make a Katie Joy Polson lie bingo card at this point?
We think there already is one.
There is. Oh, cool.
Yeah, somebody has to be.
I want to turn that in and get a free cookie.
But read this one. Read the whole thing. But just the line in particular is the actual major lie. Okay. I mean, that's all of a lie. It's all wrong. But
okay, here we go. So it says the name of my YouTube channel is Without a Crystal Ball. He has created a Facebook group entitled Without a Freaking Clue. No, Steve McCray.
No, I didn't.
No, Steve McCray never created that fucking Facebook group.
Nope. And people know, again, K Opinionated, you have no idea what you're talking about with Katie Joy because you obviously didn't do your due diligence because, yes, Katie Joy lied about all this stuff. I didn't create that Facebook group. Ashley Siren from Teen Mom created that Facebook group. I didn't. So why is she saying that I created it? Oh, that'd be a lie.
Yeah.
On her affidavit, on her sworn affidavit to the judge to get a TRO against me to silence me, a critic of hers. That's all it was.
This group is a hate group and is targeted at me and me alone. The group is used to talk about me and harass me. See attached, blah, blah, blah. So,
you know what it was? It was always, here's the funniest part. Everything in that group, after Ashley left, it was basically 2 days she had the group. Tina and I took over admin because I asked Facebook, can I take over the group? Because there was left without an admin, right? But I didn't create the group because she's saying I created the group. Tina really kind of ran it, but Tina made sure that everything in that group was her own words. It was, hey, Katie Joy said this, and people could talk about it, but it was her own words. That's not harassment. That's accountability.
It was basically an internet storage unit for all of Katie's bullshit.
Yeah. Now she's claiming that I harassed her for 30 videos. I'm sorry, but how many videos did Unirock do on me? Do you remember? Do you even remember?
No, and I don't want to find out the number.
You do. You do. Would you be surprised that the people have actually counted? And I think they told me. So I haven't verified this, but they told me it's probably around 700.
Fuck.
Not even joking.
700.
I did 30 videos over how many years, and he did 700. I mean, yeah, a little bit of a difference there.
Let me look at my my YouTube studio. So keep this in mind. I have, of the videos that I've made, I have one of 30. So I made this YouTube channel fucking when? This was years ago. What was it? 2016 maybe?
Was it? No, your channel's older than that. Your main channel?
Well, my main channel used to be the Redline V8 one.
Yeah, that was when you were back on you were on the Ghost show. That was the Lion Ghost show.
Yeah, the Lion Ghost show.
That goes back a long ways.
That does go back a long ways. I'm going all the way back right now to see what my oldest upload is. All right, so my oldest upload is January 6th of 2015. Wow, what a fucking date. So, January 6th of 2015 was my very first video. It's privated, but it just says new channel update, and that's when G-Man and Veckel and
those
fucking
days.
Rocket Ronnie nuked my main channel because they were pissed off at Dumb Fuck of the Year.
Yep, I remember that.
So, but yeah, so of all of my videos I have made and privated, this includes all of them, including live streams, 334.
Okay, and how many videos have I made? This channel has like what, 1,400, and then another 1,000 or something, or whatever it is, a couple non sequitur, and then the GDC. So I probably have like 3,000 videos, if I had to guess.
So going all the way back to the beginning of 2015, I made 334 videos. So you're telling me that fingerless glove wearing motherfucker made 700?
That's what I've been told, and I don't doubt it, because every time, I mean, think about it. For 2 years, he nonstop would talk about me. Nonstop. And if I made 3,000 videos and then 30 were about Katie Joy, that's 1% of my videos. That's nothing. That's insignificant.
Yeah.
And then she says, I encourage the court to look at his channel. My channel's been reviewed over and over again. I've never had a single TOS violation. I've never had a single community guideline strike. Everything I've done is fair commentary on Katie Joy.
I still have like, wow, a lot of these older videos are bringing back some fucking memories.
oh, I love this one. Read this one.
Oh, God. Okay. So, in November 2019, Mr. McRae claimed that I was a danger to the community, and he called me an existential threat on humanity.
First of all, the word is extensional, and second of all, that's not the word I used even. She doesn't know the difference between extensional and intentional, and that's okay. She's not a philosopher. You're not a math guy. You're not going to know what. And
extensional, I mean, like, threat on humanity.
I said existential threat, right? But she didn't understand what even the words meant, because she has a very limited vocabulary. So
he told his patrons that he will not. What the fuck, bro? I was reading something.
Oh, sorry. I had to find the evidence.
Asshole.
Sorry, I like evidence, man. Jesus.
He told his patrons that he will not stop speaking about me until my career is buried.
Evidence? I have everything that Kitty has put out pretty much about me, as far as like her lies. When did I say this? I mean, it maybe thought that, but I mean, it's not that I want to bury her career. I want her to bury her career. The words I said was that she's going to burn her own channel to the ground. Exactly what Unity Rock's doing right now. He burned his own channel to the ground. Nobody else. He did it.
I just don't understand this. But whatever.
But here, look. So this is what she said, and I said I was very clear about Miss Paulson being an existential threat, and I was referring to this. Where's it at? Here, read this.
News. Katie Joy Polson is an immediate existential threat to all content creators. Same dishonest abuse of the it's a DMCA.
I know. Thank you.
By the way, just so that you are
this
aware.
This is right here. Okay, I got it right here.
You got it right there, but
I got Millennial Copyright Act. I know what it is.
Listen, Steve. 2 points off for that.
I'm just like
okay. Whatever. So moving on, a DMCA system that flat earthers do to silence people. Oh, we're talking about the FE core bullshit.
Yeah, FE core.
Exactly. By the way,
they did that to you. They tried.
Yeah, they tried that shit with me, and they fucking failed.
Yeah.
When someone asks why we expose her, show them this tweet. Exactly.
And what do we have here? Oh, we have, and by the way, look at the title of the video that she said. Oh, by the way, she said, Katie Joy says she never ever did a DMCA against me. Really? Hello? And look what video it was. Can you read it?
I'm trying to. Katie. Oh, the dumb fuck of the.
Yes. Yes. So one, she lied and said she never DMCA'd me. She did. I have the evidence right there. 2, I said an immediate existential threat to all content creators because she abuses the DMCA process. Look what she put in her affidavit, though. In her affidavit, she said, claimed I was a danger to the community and called me an existential threat on humanity. So, I mean, she couldn't even get that right. I said an existential threat on the community, the commentary community.
You were referring to people that are posting content. You weren't saying that she was literally doing a fucking genocide like Hitler.
Right, but this is what Katie Joy does.
But that's what Katie Joy Paulson. You know what? It's like I would love to play telephone with that woman just to see how quickly shit gets fucked up.
Yes,
it would be a great case study.
Yes, she's definitely not a cespitrillian of the person, a big person of big words. Yes, cespitrillian. But all of her words are monosyllabic. I mean, Katie has a very small, for a writer, she has a very small repertoire of words. Her vocabulary is pretty slim. But yeah, this is what happened. Somebody explain this to me. Katie, Opinionated, you're trying to say we owe you an apology, but you allowed this woman to go on your platform and continually lie about me, and you did not put in her video that it came out later that she was lying. So where's our apology so far, Katie, Opinionated? Where's the apology to me? Because here's her affidavit where it's a clear lie. That's not what I said. Yeah. Oh, and here's the main one that another reason why Kay Opinionated owes me an apology. She says, I continue to receive death threats. We know now that's complete bullshit. She never received any death threats. Bullshit. Someone's lying. But remember, she went on Kay Baxter's channel and said Nat was receiving death threats, and she gets all these, emails from messages from me that never happened. And then Katie Joy said that I threatened her in an email to make a video. I've never once sent that woman an email, not once, anytime for anything, even during the Non Sequitur show. Never communicated with her by email.
Yeah, again, I'm just shocked that one, she doesn't even use the same fucking words that you used, and she completely changes the context in the meeting, and she doesn't see a problem with that
because she's dishonest as shit.
I mean, and not only that, yes, you do use big fancy words, but
I try not to.
Nothing you say is hard to understand, Steve. I mean, you could be very fucking fancy with it if you want. I mean, we could all be fucking fancy with our words, but I mean, Steve doesn't go around saying, "Hey, Reds, I will give laudation and sing extollments to your ostentatious vocabulary, but fathom the truth of the following: that no syntactical art can conquer the stalwartness of empirical citation."
Don't you have a video called "Column and Obloquy"?
Yes, I do.
Come on. We're talking big words here. What's so funny is I literally do have to catch myself because I do have to, think to who's listening. And people have told me, Steve, if you overtalk your audience, they're not going to understand you. And I'm fine with that. But if I'm talking to somebody like science related or philosophy related, we're probably going to be using words more tailored to that domain of discourse. If I start talking about intentionality with an S or intentionality with a T or extensionality, somebody in philosophy is going to understand those terms, but not the person who don't give a shit about that. So I have been going around trying to tailor my discourse and my verbiage to the audience I'm talking to, as per people have asked me to.
I think honestly, and I'm going to give Katie some credit here. I don't think she has any trouble understanding what you're saying or the words that you're using.
Oh no, she's deliberate.
I don't think she has that issue whatsoever. I think she's just a fucking liar.
Yeah, it's deliberate. Absolutely. So remember she said before that I started a hate group? What did she say? She contradicts herself in the same freaking affidavit.
Really?
Yeah, read this.
Oh boy. In December 2019, Mr. McCrae reached out to reality TV personality Ashley Jones from Teen Mom. Did you? Did you though?
I did after the fact. Yes.
After the fact. Okay.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Yeah.
Make sure that context is
let me make it very clear. I've never watched a single episode of Teen Mom.
I'm thankful that you did it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm thankful too. Not my thing.
Yeah, good. I did a story about Ashley in December of 2019, and the two of them started a hate group entitled Without a Freaking Clue.
Really? I didn't even know who Ashley was at the time. Ashley Jones started that group because she was sick of Katie Joy lying about her. That's why she started it.
Okay.
I didn't have anything
I
to do with her
didn't
starting
get the
that
teen
group.
mom fucking bullshit then, and I still don't get it now, but whatever. But you're absolutely right, Steve. This is a self-owned. This is a contradiction. And because she said one thing and now is saying a completely
And her
different
lawyer
thing.
didn't catch this major fuck up.
Yeah, that's like, congratulations, you just played yourself.
Yeah, that was the moment her lawyer knew that he'd fucked up. Yeah.
I think what happened here is that she hired a lawyer. The lawyer was like, "This is bullshit." Gave up halfway through, and a different lawyer took over. And then basically was like, "Okay, what do we got to put in here now?"
Yeah, she said the Gabe group is now used to target and harass me. The group admits to having my address. It's like, no, what happened was somebody had posted that her limited liability corporation literally has her address. If she wants to keep private, she needs to remove that information. That's all it freaking was. If you put your public information out there on a public page and then say, oh, they're harassing me, why don't you remove your public information is what people were saying. Hello? Does it make much sense? If you don't want people having your address, why are you putting it out? She did, not us.
It's completely valid question. It's no different than that fingerless glove wearing motherfucker saying that every time his real name was used, it was doxing, but yet he put his name on his fucking PayPal that he literally spams constantly.
Yep. And then read number 17.
Oh boy. 17. In December 2019, Ashley Jones leaves the group. Mr. McCrae takes over as administrator of the hate group. The group targets my tweets. They admit to stalking my Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook to document everything I do in order to expose me.
Yeah, so explain this to me. She did leave the group after like 2 or 3 days. And yes, I did take over administrator after I asked Facebook to. And then all of a sudden we're admitting to stalking Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook to document everything they do, expose me. That was actually Tina and Llama Girl that actually watched their shit. I don't. And nobody stalked her Instagram or Twitter. She has she's a public figure that puts out shit and puts out misinformation.
Yeah,
so
that's
all the group was doing was collecting the misinformation to tell people this is wrong. She's a public fucking figure.
That's not fucking stalking. If you post shit on fucking social media and people look at your social media, that doesn't make them stalkers.
It depends on
okay, it makes them an audience. You may not like that audience, but they're still an audience.
Well,
and
let me clarify. I think it depends on the purpose. I mean, obviously, somebody just has a social media presence like a Facebook, and they do it for their family and friends. Yeah, some creep may stalk that. But when you're a media personality or a YouTuber, or I'm not a public figure, but I am definitely a YouTuber. But if you're going to like my social media to get content to say you've done something wrong, I'm okay with that. If you go to my content to find pictures of my daughter, that's stalking.
Yeah,
that's great. And they've done that.
Yes, absolutely. Let's be clear about the context here. Is that when I say that people are seeing what the shit that you're posting on social media, keep in mind that you have made your Twitter presence, your YouTube channel, and your Instagram. You've done everything it is to get the biggest fucking audience possible. You have hundreds of thousands of fucking followers and subscribers. Okay, at this point, you should expect that if you post shit online, it's going to be there forever. I know that. And I have, 37,000 subscribers?
Mm-hmm. And she has 3,035, probably some.
I have a fucking fraction of the followers that you do, Katie. A fucking fraction. And I know that sometimes I make, bullshit hangouts I don't care about. I unlist them, I private them, whatever the fuck. I am under no illusions, though, that those live streams could be, real-time recorded and posted elsewhere. There was actually a YouTube channel called Red's Deleted Streams. And I'm like, I'm like, go right ahead. And it's like, well, why do you remove them? Because I don't want to pollute my YouTube channel with a bunch of fucking nonsense that I wouldn't even watch.
Yeah, no, that I can tell you right now, anybody's watching, that's straight up fact. Reds has videos where he just like, I don't give a shit about it. It's not my content. Red's content is making videos against flat earthers and rocket launch videos. He's not interested in some of the other stuff. He'll make a video, he'll private or get rid of it, and he'll even say this, I'm not going to keep this. On the other hand, do I ever delete anything?
Nope.
It's all there.
But I also want to make this clear is that all the videos that I've made that are no longer listed on my channel, I would say over the last number of years, I say maybe 3 years, they're not deleted, they're just unlisted. You can still find them, and in fact, the links to those videos, are posted on previous tweets that I've made. So just go to my Twitter and you can find them. So the point here that I'm making here is when you have an audience that is way the fuck more than mine, the shit that I know should be obvious to you as well, Katie. When you post shit online, having the audience that you do, doing the shit that you do not have any reasonable expectation of privacy when you're actively posting your own shit online. No one's putting a camera in your house. No one's putting a secret recorder under your bed. You're posting this shit yourself on your Instagram, on your YouTube channel, on your Twitter, while you have hundreds of thousands of fucking followers.
100%. And April says, yeah, you don't delete anything, even the stuff you should. And that might be true, but I want to keep a historically accurate record. That's the reason why I don't. And then she talks about some other stuff, which I'm really not going to get into, other than she says things were proven fake. They weren't. They were never proven fake. And I still absolutely 100%, I will die on this hill that they are real. I absolutely believe that they're real. I can't prove it, but that is my belief. Okay, and I'm just stating it as my belief. But this was a legal document. She says in a legal document, the screenshots were proven to be fake. Okay, show me the evidence for that, you lying bitch. There's no evidence for that. Nobody ever proved them fake. They weren't proven true.
Tell us how you really feel, Steve.
Yeah, well, they weren't proven. I mean, so here's the problem. They weren't proven to be legitimate. That's true, but they certainly were never proven to be fake. And I certainly believe that they're real. I absolutely believe they're real.
So,
and then she talks about Sherelle, right? And I'm like,
and the child abuser thing. Okay, let me just head this off, because I don't like talking about anyone's fucking kids, most especially hers. So let me just state this for the record. Steve McRae never at any point in time attacked anyone's child. The comment that Steve McRae made regarding Katie's child was one of confusion, which is, you say that your kid has all of these ailments and all of these medical issues, and he's constantly fighting for his life or whatever the fuck. And you know how he's a fighter and trooper through all these fucking medical issues and traumas and whatever. And Steve McRae responded with, "He looks like a healthy kid to me. So, the fuck."
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. What I asked her was, what do you mean by medically fragile child? Because she couldn't seem to define the term in a way that makes coherent based upon the observations. But I wanted her to and I'm like, he looks like a healthy kid. I never said he wasn't sick. You know, he was doing well. You know,
it was a comment on he looks healthy. So the fuck is going on here?
Bye, April. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all it was.
That's all it was. And so it wasn't. And keep in mind, you weren't saying that the kid was faking.
No,
you didn't say that she was faking. You never said that shit.
Nope, not once.
So I just wanted to put that out there, because I remember that story vividly. And when she tries to twist that fucking story, I'm like, you lying bitch.
Yeah, she literally said that I abused her son, knowing full well the ramifications of such a horrific comment. I mean, when you say this person abused my child, you know how somebody's going to take that, even if they've never met the child in their life or ever seen the child or know anything about the child other than photographs on their webpage. But when you say, "Oh, this person abused my child," yeah, I sued her for that. That's defamation, because you know how that's going to be taken. That's when that was in the lawsuit, because you say that I abused your child, you know people are going to think otherwise, like, oh, this was some kind of sexual abuse or physical abuse, the actual abuse. But my asking what somebody meant by medically fragile child is not fucking abuse. And the people that ran that narrative to help her spew that bullshit, they can all fuck off. Every single one of them said, Steve, you shouldn't be talking about her child. When I only asked a simple fucking question of what she meant by medically fragile child, can fuck off.
Yeah, medically fragile child. What do you mean by that? Literally, that's it. Nothing more.
Funny, not one of them went after her for going, "Oh God, Katie, he never abused your child by asking her a question." Not one of them asked her that. Not one of them. Not one single one of them said, "Katie, yeah, you're full of shit." At least I don't remember. If they did, my apologies, but I don't remember anybody saying anything to her about it, other than people that always supported me.
So here's my opinion, Steve. Before I decide to fuck right off, I don't know who this Opinionated person is. Don't know, don't care. And when it comes to Katie Joy, whoever is defending that reprehensible bitch, that says a lot about their fucking character.
Exactly.
I'm happy to hear that the fingerless glove wearing motherfucker is getting sued. I don't know the details there, but I'm happy that it's at least happening. And it's a lot of shit has gone down recently, but but my opinion on this whole thing, Steve, is that did you know that you can go down to Winn-Dixie and get yourself a bag of plastic Ziploc bags for no reason whatsoever? You can I'm
gonna get some cookies tomorrow.
Yeah, you can put cookies in those Ziploc bags, and that would be a better use of your time than this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to continue this, but let's make a point of putting out to people. The three people that are all in this unholy trinity have all been sued by other people, all of them for defamation or lawsuits or whatever. Now, Unirock being sued, by the way, he doesn't care about his numbers like this because he's going to find another community to grift from. So these numbers that are taking, he's like, whatever. He doesn't care. He's going to find some other group to go grift from. But he's being sued for defamation. Katie was sued, 3 or 4 times now for defamation, and Kyle was sued for breach of fiduciary duty, breach of contract, and he lied to the court, and I won the lawsuit. So the 3 people that we've been saying for all along that have been the shittiest people we've ever met, they're all being sued.
Yep.
Is this a coincidence? Seriously. No, it's not. Shitty people get sued for saying shitty things, and all of them have lied about people. That is why they've all been sued. You know how many times I've been sued? Never. Except for Katie trying as a counter suit, so if you want to call that a suit, that's fine. But that's after I tried to sue her.
Yeah, it's no. I'm happy that it's happening to that piece of shit. Like I said, I don't know the details. I'm just happy that's happening because that motherfucker deserves it. And yeah, he can eat shit. I hope that. But like I said, I think that a better use of your time, Steve, would be to go to the grocery store, maybe buy some Hot Wheel cars. Pretend to have little racing sessions on your kitchen floor, that kind of thing. Like I said, better use of your time than
the mud. I do the mud. I used to love the whole mud thing. The little ramps and shit like that. I love that.
Your favorite toy as a kid was dirt, and you were happy.
I was back in the days, man. Dude, that's all we had. We had a garden hose to drink from and the dirt. That was our play. Yeah, dirt. So real quick, she also says he claims I stole money from him and falsely accused him of fraud and sexual harassment. First of all, it came out that she did falsely accuse me of fraud and sexual harassment. That's a fact. But riddle me this: when the hell did I ever say Katie Joy stole money from me? I never once ever said that. The entire time of the lawsuit, I never said that.
No, the closest you ever said was that she was nut hugging the person that did.
Sure, but that's not saying that
that's not the same thing, obviously.
Yeah, and then she puts there, they also contacted my husband's employer. I've never contacted anybody. She says in March of 2020, McRae and his group called the police on me. Bullshit.
Yeah,
bullshit. I've never had anything to fucking to do with anybody calling the police on anybody. And then contacted my neighbors, and that was somebody on the remember. Well, I know you've got to go up here. Remember when she was saying that her pride flag was taken down by her neighbors, and she was so upset because, oh my God,
that was a virtue signaling bullshit.
Yeah, but fun fact, it came out that it wasn't the neighbors that took her flag. The flag had just been worn by regular wear and tear, and she just tried to play that up and get the LGBTQ plus community on her side.
What's that?
Her neighbors are so awful.
Wait a minute, Steve. I have to call bullshit on that. You actually got that wrong. Because you are seriously telling me that a piece of cloth outside in the elements will experience wear and tear.
I know, it's shocking. I
It is.
I didn't even know that myself. It was
I
news to me.
don't.
I've never been
think I
around
can
flags
believe that
before, even though I was
story.
military, and even though I understand that flags get to a point where you have to dispose them properly in the military. This is a huge thing. I've done color guard. I've raised the flag. I've lowered the flag. There's a certain procedure you do when you're doing color guard on flagpole, raising and lowering. So yes, they do wear out.
Yeah,
and yet I swear to God, she literally said her neighbors destroyed her flag. Look what they did to my flag. And so somebody reached out to her neighbors and they're like, no, she's full of shit. No kidding. That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that. So let me
flags experiencing wear and tear. I don't think I can believe that, Steve.
Why is this an affidavit for a restraining order with me when I had nothing fucking to do with any of this?
Good question.
Kawasa at 5001 says, I've been always wondering, do flirts deny plate tectonics too? To the master of YouTube, anti-flat earth, we'd like to answer that before you leave, and then I can continue.
Sure. Yes. Flirts deny all science, which would, of course, include plate tectonics. They deny all science, all scientific discovery, all peer-reviewed papers. They deny all of it. What they truly believe is that the Earth being this flat, motionless fucking pancake, they believe that it was created by God, and it was created to be perfect in every way, shape, and form. It doesn't need to change because it was always perfect. And if we were to allow plate tectonics to be a thing, then that means God's creation is changing, which it doesn't need to because it's already perfect. So yeah, they don't believe in plate tectonics. They don't believe in any science because they see any scientific fact as a direct attack on their magical fucking sky daddy.
I hate that term.
yeah, I know you do, but fuck you, I'm going to say it anyway. Basically, their response to it is, "But my holy book." And so, yeah, they don't believe in plate tectonics.
Yeah, just to add on that, the model nowadays is called uniformitarianism, but the original model that the creationists have was called catastrophicism, where you would have these radical changes over a periodical time in a matter of like months and days and weeks. So all of a sudden, like a mountain range would appear, the Alps would go and this rise, so these major catastrophes occurred by God. But we realized that under uniformitarianism, that these events take place over a very, very gradualism period of time. And so, yeah, they have to deny plate tectonics because plate tectonics happen very, very slowly. They're not, these mountain ranges came about. There wasn't the firmament of the oceans open up. So, yes, they have to deny plate tectonics. Which gets them into trouble because that's
the funny thing about flat earthers, that they'll change their interpretation of that fucking holy book. And so if they want to believe plate tectonics, they will. They'll just have to make it fit with the Bible. But if they can't make it fit with the Bible, they're more than happy to just deny that plate tectonics are a thing. Earthquakes? Oh, that's just God, lighting his fart on fire or something.
Yep. All right, man. So, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'll probably go.
No problem. I'm happy that I was able to calm you down with dick jokes. So peace out.
And that's the Red's Rhetoric for you right there. Yes, I love that guy. So let me finish this up real quick because I think this is important because obviously if K Opinionated is trying to resurrect shit, she clearly doesn't know the facts or the truth that, again, Katie Joy lied, but went on her panel to lie and she allowed her to do so. So Katie Joy says, I've consulted with multiple attorneys and advised of significant defamation claims. Okay, then why didn't you sue me? I was waiting for her to sue me the entire time. Finally, she did, and I took action, so I sued her first, which I probably should have waited for her to sue me, but I knew she was never going to do, right? But she said that required him to take down the content he has put up. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. She's a public figure. Everything I have, I back with evidence. And I never took down anything. Even when she filed this stupid TRO, there was no condition to take down anything. And I told my lawyer, hell no, I ain't doing anything like that. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Basically, she has nothing, Let's see here. Let's see here. What else at the bottom here? This is the main thing. She says, I don't want him to be able to talk about me anymore online. Well, I'm sorry, but if you put out information, people can talk about you. You cannot stop people from talking about you. People talk about me all the time that I can't stand. You know what I do? I don't listen to it. Simple as that. I don't listen to it. But I'm not going to stop talking about somebody who puts out misinformation about me, such as this bullshit affidavit that she had in order to get her fake TRO that got dropped. And then she did the same thing to Tina. That got dropped. Then she did the same thing to Little Miss Noble. That got dropped. When you have 3 TROs and all 3 of them get dropped because you got fuck all, yeah, you're vexatious. You're trying to shut down your critics, especially when not one single one of them have ever met her in real life. And then she had the audacity to say that it was so egregious that it was put under Violence Against Women's Act, which had actually expired like not a quite full year before, but it had expired before. And plus, Violence Against Women's Act is for a domestic partner or somebody who's familiarly related to somebody. It has nothing to do with somebody who's never met somebody. There's no possible way that somebody who's never met somebody could fall under VAWA. Yet that was the bullshit narrative that she was running. And I've hurt her financially. Really? He has hurt me financially in my online presence, is my livelihood. She has 337,000 subs. She claims to make $25,000 a month. I've hurt her financially? Really? How does that work? Now, again, this was a few years old, and so it's going back to 2020. But she says, I declare an opinion of perjury that everything I say in this document is true and correct. Bullshit. You lied in an affidavit in order to try to silence a critic. I have pointed out the lies in this. And I didn't even point out all of them. I just point out some of them. And then Katie Opinionated has the audacity to say that I and Erin owe her an apology. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. She's trying to rewrite history and say, oh, well, they gave after me for my live chat forever and they had it all along. I never did that. I know what the fuck you're talking about. What I came after her for was, again, to reiterate, to put a disclaimer in the video that why the live chat was gone, why she had to edit the video, and why she didn't she didn't stop Katie Joy from putting out misinformation about me at the time, because she was like, oh, I knew it all along. I knew it was Steve. That figures. There you have it. Those are her sentiments. I remember. Yeah, my roommate remembers it vividly. So do you guys. What did she say? Well, there you go. And what was the other thing she said? What was it? Her exact words. God damn, what was it? Her exact words. I don't like misquoting when it comes, especially like something like this. She says, "Well, there you go," and something like she knew it all along, or somebody put in the live chat earlier, but it was something along the lines of, they knew that, all along kind of stuff, or I was something that she suspected all along. But she certainly did not once show the evidence that she claimed to have. She didn't show it. Waxy didn't show it. Kitty Joy didn't show it. Why? Because there was no evidence to show. So my thing is, K Opinionated, not only do we not owe you an apology, but you still owe us an apology. Waxy, you owe us an apology as well, because you kept on saying there'll be evidence coming out in 2 weeks. That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So anyways, that's my say. I'm going to call this to a close now. I want to thank you guys for listening to me do my epic rant. Please leave me a comment in the comment section if you got any questions. But I definitely want your opinion on it. Do I owe her an apology, or does she owe me an apology? I want your opinion. If you think I owe her an apology, you better tell me why, and you better show me why I owe her an apology. If I said something that I think I owe her an apology for, sure. But what the hell did I say? I wasn't the one out there talking about the live chat. That was other people. But even then, all I was saying was, if you're going to edit this video, the live chat goes away. She knew that. I do think that was okay with her, that she wanted that live chat gone. That's all I was saying. So when she takes a clip of what I say in a comment section out of context, yeah, she's being dishonest. She's trying to do a redemption arc. Well, that's not going to happen, because we know for a fact Katie Joy lied. We know for a fact that K Opinionated allowed her to do it. And K Opinionated and Waxy both said they had evidence they didn't have. There you go. Good night.